So
How
I'm
do
trying to.
you? How are you cutting out the pieces?
Well, with the other kits, I've double nipped them with the nippers and just kind of like filed them down a bit.
Yeah. No.
But that is a
I
I don't know if
think
it's the
that
plastic or the
when you say
dye
double
they
nip
use.
them, you mean just describe
Nip
that.
them
Describe
off
the
the run.
process.
I nip them off the runner, and then I leave a little bit of a nub, and then I get into the nub, and then just give it a little quick snip.
I think, for one thing, you shouldn't do that. At least not with the nippers. You're still using the nippers that you got in that that kit, right? The same kit that I have.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
shouldn't do that with those nippers. Cutting them off the runners with that is perfectly fine. But when you go into nipping it again closer to the part, you really want to like a really good pair of sharp nippers if you're going to do that. I don't do that. I do cut them off the runners, but then after that I shave them down with a knife, with an X-Acto knife, and that gives me much better results. Of course, I have to be careful not to like accidentally gouge the piece, but I mean, you just got to be careful with it.
It's
So
worked
maybe
so
try that.
far.
I know, but
It's just
maybe
this
try it.
particular plastic seems to be a bit different. At least the dye.
Hi Craig, I'm up by the way. So I've been busy. Um, I've been very busy, and I will tell you, I will show you what I've done. Show you, the viewers. First of all, I've paved over Paradise. Put up a parking lot. I haven't put up a parking lot. This place has no good parking. I guess you can park along the sidewalk. I did this mostly because it's easier to do conveyors, like flat conveyors on flat surface. So I just paved over everything, at least everything I could. And I made it look nice. I made it look like a road and a sidewalk. This is what I did. I gave myself a shiny ass garage floor. Probably doesn't make sense in that floor. I redid, and this is only the latest thing I did. I was extremely busy this week with this. I did a lot of stuff. I need to remove this door because this door isn't really quite correct anymore. I redid steel completely. 12 smelters, foundries, I guess, for steel. I have coming in. I increased beam production. I increased encased beam production because apparently we're going to need more of those in the future. I increased pipe production. I increased these fiber stators. I only have 2 motors right now, but that's that's fine. We're not really lacking motors. I only have one wire, whatever this is, the wire thing, advanced wires or whatever. I could feed another one, but for right now, that's all I have the room for at the moment. Everything is going downstairs. Not actually a door, but that's fine. Everything up here is going downstairs into these boxes, and the excess is going into an awesome sink, because there is excess, as you can see, excess pipes. We're full on pipes already. We're not full on beams already because the beams are actually being used for other things. It is split off. We are getting more beams slowly, but we'll get more beams when we finish with the encased beams. But that's only the latest thing that I did. Let me show you. Let me show you what else I did. Because I did a lot. I did quite a lot. Let me get my car. Let me get in my ride. I need to fix the miner. I forgot to raise it up. Oh yeah, here's more asphalt. I put a nice little feature here on this plant. So I made this. As you can see, this building coming up here. I made this because we weren't using these iron nodes, and I was like, you know what, we should use these iron nodes because we're having like iron deficiency a little bit. Not for steel, but for like everything else. So I made my intention was to make a screw Utopia, the Utopia of Screws, and so I thus named it. I couldn't fit the entire name on the sign, so I just named it. I abbreviated it, as you can see. But we are making screws, and this is also, we were making rotors. We are making, rotors cost a lot of screws. This is the recipe that I'm using. We're not actually using all of these machines, we're only using some of these machines, because I did a little bit of a miscalculation on how many screws we needed. But, we are making, like 40, 50 rotors a minute, which is a lot more than we were making before. And we are making an excess of over 400. Actually, I think over 600 screws, which I am shipping to the main base via a train. As you can see here, I have train station set up. I'm using the same train as Oil McTrain Face. It's just making an extra stop. I still have this little pass through here, and then this still isn't all that I've done. Lost Joke was kind enough to do this, to make this for me, this truck stop, because I needed more stuff. I needed even more stuff. Boop.
What you needed was more copper.
Yeah, I needed more copper, just in general. I still haven't used the sheets for something yet, but I'm going to be doing that tonight, I think. Eventually. I think I might take a little break from building stuff and go exploring in a bit tonight. But for now, Lost Joke set up this... this is Lost Joke's doing, by the way. He set up this truck thing. I told him he could use a train, but he was like, no, I'll use a truck. By the way, Lost Joke, did you know that if you feed the truck stop fuel, you can use an Explorer instead of a tractor?
Yeah, but I don't have an Explorer anymore, remember?
I thought you could just make yourself another one.
I meticulously, handcrafted that thing.
I mean, we have, basically all of the parts. I think you only need to make, another 1 or 2 parts.
Well, I haven't had a chance to make it because I've been busy.
Anyway, I'm following Lost Joke's path through his tractor path. That's delivering a bunch of copper things to that same train. Back to Lost Joke's base, where Lost Joke refused to fully utilize a node, so I had to do it myself. Lost Joke is the owner, or the squatter, on the only 2 known pure copper nodes that we found so far, because all of our other copper nodes are normal, or as in the case of the one nearest to our base, shit. That just is not enough for anything. So there's 2 copper nodes, one of which is exclusively making wire. All the time. All the wire. The other one is making all copper sheets. All copper sheets, all the time. It is being fed down here to the truck stop, where it is being delivered to that train station, and then from the train station it is being delivered to my base. I haven't actually utilized it yet. I haven't actually started utilizing it. I've started utilizing the wire, but not the sheets yet.
I mean, you placed a monstrosity on my plot.
I crashed into the tractor. It pushed me a long way. Oh no. Is the tractor going to be okay? I put more fuel in your tractor thing, by the way. It's okay, it teleported away. I put a bunch of fuel in a box for your tractor until you get it properly fueled up.
In the wrong spot.
I could
Out here putting things around willy-nilly.
Who, you or me?
You.
Me? I didn't do nothing.
You made this monstrosity.
You can make it look better, or I can make it look better later. I needed the room. I needed it. You thought that utilizing a pure copper node, it was enough to use a Mark I miner and a single constructor overclocked. I have like 15 constructors on that one node, Lost Joke. You can't overclock a single constructor 15 times.
Not with that attitude.
1,500% does not exist.
Whatever. Think you know everything.
Also, hi Craig, how you doing?
Tell me how to run my factory.
So that's what I did. So we have a decent amount. We have enough of the middle thing for the objective. We have enough of those right now. We still need to make the other thing, the third thing, which are a lot more complicated. I would like to set up a circuit board factory, or honestly, Craig, if you would like to do that, if you want to come over to my train station, I can tell you where everything is. It's just boxes, basically, so you can like start pulling from these boxes if you would like.
Boxes of what?
Of stuff that's being delivered.
Such as?
Plastic, rubber, packaged fuel, screws, rotors, copper sheets, wire. For now. And there is plenty of all of those things. In fact, right now all of the boxes are full up, except for the wire, which is constantly being used, but that's fine. The wire box might get full up at some point. I think it's filling more faster than it's emptying out. It's just slow. Craig, where are you? Come over here. Come over here and take a look, because you could make use of this stuff. I also hooked all this stuff up to an awesome sync. It's slow. It's backed up a little bit because we don't have fast enough conveyors. Even with Mark IVs, some of these are slow. As soon as we get to the next tier, we can unlock Mark Vs, and this will be a lot faster, and it won't be too slow. Right now, it's just simply it's so slow that I can't actually empty the inventory here before the train arrives again. Where is Craig? Where are you at? Come to Brenda. Come to Brenda. Who's this? So I had to set up a second sync because it was just getting too slow. I couldn't do that. But yeah, we're actually completely full up on copper sheets right now, but that won't be the case when I start using them. So basically, as you can see, boxes, Craig. All these boxes, you can see what's in them. I mean, you can see what's going in them because they're all basically full up, except, like I said, except for the wires. Currently, this box on the end here is empty with nothing going into it at the moment. Eventually, it'll have something. I'm not sure what yet. And yeah, you're already, I'm already giving you the plastic from here. But if you have anything else that you would like to pull from, rotors, we have an abundance of. Wires, if we have two people pulling wires, it might start dwindling. But honestly, we have a lot of wires anyway, so it's probably fine. Rubber we're not really using for anything at the moment. And then we have 2 boxes of screws, by the way. These 2 blue boxes right here both have screws in them, and they're both completely full, so feel free to grab screws. And then if you have anything that you would like to get rid of from your inventory, put it in this box over here. Actually, I'm gonna make this box red. Put it in this red box that's here, because it'll get chewed up into the awesome sync. Just like drop it off here, instead of like putting it in your little delete trash can in your inventory. So that way we'll get points. Speaking of points, all of this use of the awesome sync has given us total of 36 tickets so far. So we can start using stuff, maybe. Start grabbing a couple of the last few things that we have yet to get. I'll do that right now, because why not? I grabbed the sign, as you can see. I don't really need any of this stuff. We are out of the foundations. Walls. Might as well grab these last window walls. The last thing there. Stairs. Metal pillars. Still only 10. Customizer. We have all the materials except for the roof materials. Just freaking get them.
I need silica.
Lost Joke has a bunch of silica in at his base. I set up a thing for it. So if you go to his base, there's a machine that's making it, and a box that's feeding into a box. So.
Last time I went to Lost Joke's base, it was booby trapped.
Booby trapped.
There, I got a bunch of boombox tapes as well. We can listen to something other than Goat Sim. Guess I should get this at some point too, shouldn't I? Should I get the Fix-It factory cart? It's pretty cheap to build too. Yeah, I'll get it. Still have 6 left over. Jesus. Where's the factory cart? I bought it. It's not showing up. Oh, do I have to make it in here? Yeah, that's what. Oh yeah, I turned the sound down because the things were like super high. Can I color this? I can. Great. Yay! Get around my base a little faster. So, basically, yeah, I did a lot of stuff. I was thinking, even though I do still have more stuff to do, I kind of want to take a break from building stuff a little bit tonight, and I want to go exploring. So I think that might be what I do. I'm gonna fuel up my explorer, and I'm gonna go off, and I'm gonna explore. What do you think about that?
How do you change ammo in the rebar gun?
I have no idea. I don't even have one. Make one, I guess. Yay! This thing has a single inventory slot. I'm gonna put a box here. I'll put some stuff away. I'll put this away. I'll put this. Oops. One of each. So, yeah. Don't really need a lot of this stuff. Grab some metal beams. just in case. Steel I could put away. Just use my cart.
Gun is very annoying.
What?
This gun is very annoying.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Doesn't let you switch types of ammo. At least not in any way that's easily figured out.
Need screws. Should I make one? I guess I should make one. We have a fuck ton of screws. Whee! Yep. Make a rebar gun for my trip.
Hi.
Hello.
Kyle, I bought us a bunch of stuff on the ticket machine because we had a lot of tickets.
What, like?
Basically everything that's left, except for the couple of things that didn't seem like they were useful. I didn't get any of the. I got a couple of one or two of the markings of like the floor decals or whatever, but otherwise, I got basically everything. I also bought the schematic for the little dinky car,
Oh yeah.
so you can make that.
Kyle, do you have a rebar gun?
Yeah, but I ditched it.
How do you know how to switch ammo?
Hold down R. Does that work? You have to have it out.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It opens a wheel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make myself a gun. Do you have a variety of ammo on you, Craig? Are you using a variety, or are you just using like one?
I just have stun ammo.
Actually,
I was once a warrior, but now I'm a pacifist for some reason.
how much is a stack of ammo? Like what is a stack? Well, I'm about to find out. Is it 100?
Just one pair.
It is, yeah. No, I didn't know how much a stack was.
Alright.
The factory cart looks like it's half the size of a person.
Go into it. Go into it and see what happens.
Ridiculous.
It's pretty zippy though. You make it at the tools station, by the way. Wait a minute. What does this say on the back? It's just instructions. You having issues? Huh. I think I want to make some. I'm gonna make like 50 stun, and I'm gonna make 50 shatter. Actually, no, that's not correct. I'm gonna make 75 of each. I don't feel like there's any reason to have normal ammo. I need... quartz crystal. I know where to get some quartz. Oh yeah, and I have this little copper factory, but that copper factory is feeding the rotors over there. At Screw You. Along the way, I have had some experience with the with using the smart splitters, their benefits and their pitfalls. Because I was trying to kind of combine things occasionally, like onto one conveyor, and then I'll use like the smart splitter, you know, at the end to separate them out. But I learned that the pitfall with that is that if one part gets backstuffed, then the other part doesn't find its way through. So slightly bad. It's fine now. I've learned now. Lost Joke, you were talking about Mando earlier.
I was talking about a specific scene, though,
Yeah.
that is collectively described as very bad.
Yeah.
And in my opinion is a waste of the talent used in that scene. So, sure by now a lot of people have seen the scene involving Lizzo, Jack Black, and Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, yeah. They were only in like a single scene together.
Which, you know,
Oh, you messed up. You messed up.
You're waking up.
Lost Joke, by the way, Lost Joke is going to have this issue tonight, guys. I don't know why it's happening, but it's just going to happen. I think if he just like rejoins, it's fine.
so,
No, you're still breaking.
you can do one with-
Still going. Still happening. You were doing so fine so far. Have you tried completely killing Discord and starting it again? I don't know, I thought the latest episode was fine. Like, it wasn't the best. This past season so far has been... like, not bad. I wouldn't call it bad. Certainly the weakest season so far, though.
I suppose we just have to wait to see what Lost Shape thinks.
Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully it comes back.
No, I'm still here.
There you are. Hi.
Like I
Continue.
was saying, I cannot. This is nothing I can control. This is beyond my my ability. The scene in particular is the closing end of that particular episode, which you have some great talent and otherwise, everyone I've spoken to about it has collectively agreed that it is shot in the same way you would a progressive commercial.
Maybe they had like a new director, like maybe someone.
The director apparently was the one involved with Boba Fett.
Oh well, there you go. All right, well that explains everything.
The blocking is bad. The color palette is bad. It's very stiff, and like I said, it feels like a waste of the talent involved there. You half expect at the end of the scene for everyone to just kind of like look at the camera, or there to be like a flashcard of like drink Coke or whatever their slogan is.
Drink Coke.
And I think a lot of people are pretty much kind of starting to feel that the third season of Mando is the weakest.
Absolutely, it feels like it's the weakest. I still watch it, and I still feel like it's enjoyable enough, but it definitely feels like it's the weakest season.
Which is a shame because, 2 strong seasons, and then you have a third, which is very middling.
I need more iron bars.
I need to do something about this plastic.
Yeah, I was saying I feel like even the Mando centric episodes of Book of Boba Fett were better so far than most of what I've seen this season.
See, I don't dislike the Book of Boba Fett. I thought it was okay. It could be a lot better.
I didn't hate it as much as some, but I did think it could be. It was lacking. It was lacking.
But even the scenes with Mando himself, in a show that's not even about him,
Yeah.
they felt weird. There was just something off about the whole segment with Mando.
I kind of feel like Mando lately has been a bit more childish, naive in his personality than he was at the start. I don't know, it's hard to explain. At the start he was kind of, he was quiet, but he was a badass. He wasn't dumb, and he wasn't like, I don't know. Not that he's dumb, it's just that he feels different. He feels different now in personality, and I don't mean just because of his like character growth. I mean he almost feels like he's getting Flanderized. Which, I mean, I guess happens in every show the longer it goes on, but I wouldn't have thought it would happen this early. That's pretty good. Alright.
Well, I suppose it could be a lot of things at fault here. I suspect Disney realized they had a potential cash cow and were trying to beat the dead horse.
Well, they did say that season 4 might be the last one. They'll like wrap it up.
Hey, why would they do that if it was doing well?
Well, apparently amongst the big announcements that they had this year, which was like yesterday, they had like a big Star Wars thing, announcing a bunch of stuff. Amongst those were the announcements that Dave Filoni would be given his own live-action movie to do, and he is very likely going to use it to kind of wrap things up in his little corner of the universe, which includes stuff like Mando and Ahsoka and those other various things. And so I guess the thought is that he's going to basically be kind of putting a cap on it and moving forward after that. Not that I think that he'll go away from Star Wars. It's just I think he might go on to do something else in Star Wars. Because, I mean, what else does he have? He's been doing Star Wars for so long. Like what else does he have? Amongst the other announcements for Star Wars, apparently, in addition to his live-action movie, there are no dates for these, by the way. Not a single date. I assume his live-action movie isn't going to be until like 2025 or something like that, at least. But they said they were already working on, or they were already going to do 2 other live-action movies. Again, no dates. I assume 2024 and 2025 or something like that.
Damn it.
One of which I'm sure Craig will be happy to hear is starring Daisy Ridley.
Of course, that's awesome. Can't wait.
Apparently it's going to be 15 years later, and she is starting her own Jedi school, or maybe she has started her own Jedi school and is about that. That's the synopsis.
Sounds like someone else we know.
Is she also going to ponder murdering her nephew?
She might.
Is she also going to exile herself on some remote planet and drink blue milk?
Probably. And that'll be a brilliant story beat with the coming of full circle and everything.
And the other
Would be
one is
awesome.
going to be, the other movie is apparently going to be about the first Jedi, which, sure, why not? I guess.
I like Star Wars. I'm kind of sick of Jedi.
I would love to see
There are
more
other
non-Jedi.
There are other things in a galaxy of like billions and billions of people.
Well, that could be an interesting concept if it were executed by someone competent.
Well, it's being
won't
directed by the same person who is doing Indy 5. So if Indy 5 is shit, then that's our preview for this movie. And then they showed something. I don't know if it's a series or a movie. I think it's like a short series called The Acolyte, which kind of looks like it's basically Force Kung Fu. It's like a Kung Fu movie with like Force powers. I think it might be like a High Republic era kind of thing. Apparently starring Carrie-Anne Moss. So I guess that's fine. And I think that's basically it. No news about the Rian Johnson trilogy that they announced a while ago.
So that's not happening.
Probably not happening. Apparently Kevin Feige was going to be doing a movie at some point that wasn't talked about basically at all. They talked about it very like diplomatically, like they were asked about it and they're like, oh well, if it's not canceled, we just don't have any news, and stuff take time, and it's being worked on or whatever, which is basically just code for nobody's working on it and it's probably not going to happen.
It's in development hell.
I'm gonna go out exploring.
Something has to be
really
in
like,
development for it to be in development hell.
is being developed by top men.
Top men. I mean, Ahsoka looks like it could be cool, but that's as someone who actually watched and liked the cartoons. So that's basically see all your favorite cartoon characters in live action. If you did not like the cartoons or you didn't care about them, then you probably won't care about the show. Unfortunately, I think that's just the way it's going to be.
That's just the way things are.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say earlier. There have been people who have decided to recut, re-edit Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi into like movies, into like single movies. I watched the Kenobi one, and it is better. It is better than the show. Because of course that one was always meant to be just a friggin' movie anyway. They like elongated it into 8 episodes or whatever, 6 episodes.
It was very long.
It was better, but I still am of the opinion that it really didn't need to be made. Or at least that particular story seemed like it was a bit unnecessary.
Oh, I've made a mistake.
I haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett one. Apparently they did that in 2 movies. Because apparently they tried to make it like its own self-contained movie, and so they had to add like a bunch of scenes from earlier Mando seasons to give things proper context. Which, you know, fair enough. I feel like I don't actually want to go this way. I feel like I want to go to Lost Joke's place and like set off from there.
You need to leave from the main base in the first place, though.
Yeah, but I went like a different way. I went like...
So you're
this way,
saying
and
this
just-
wasn't the way?
it's like hard to navigate this way. With the car at least, which is what I'm using.
Made a mistake.
You or me? Did I make a mistake with the car?
No, me. I've made a
Okay.
mistake. I said I've made a mistake.
Oh, okay.
Because I have access plastic over at my fuel node, and just to move it, I have it piped into where the fuel is going, which I don't want. So I need to figure out where I'm gonna put that. I think I want to pipe it to the awesome sink.
Ooh, I don't want to go that way. Ugh.
But
That way is not
there's a lot of plastic. I didn't think this far ahead.
There we go. Here's Lost Joke's path. I'll follow this. It definitely, cutting into a movie definitely made it more palatable to watch Kenobi, but it still wasn't great. It still wasn't great. Like they've tried their best cutting it up into a single movie, but I recently watched through season 1 of The Lazarus Project. Has anyone seen that one?
No.
It was better than I expected. I expected it to be kind of a... I expected it to be kind of a cheapo, like, BBC thing, which, you know, it is, but, like, it went in a different direction than I thought it would, and it was the better for it. So it's basically about this guy who suddenly, like, relives an entire year, and he doesn't know why, and then it turns out that... this is all in the first episode, it's not spoilers. It turns out that there is some kind of weird space anomaly that resets time on a specific day. Like, so it's like a checkpoint where if it's activated, they go back to this specific day of the previous year. But if they go past that day, you know, on the subsequent year, if they go past that day, then the checkpoint is redone, and so it's the next year. So if they go back, it's just to that, you know, that next year. So time does still progress if they let it. But apparently there is this agency that like uses this somehow to go back in time if something like really bad happens, like if the world comes under distress, if there's like nuclear war, if there's some kind of huge disaster that threatens the extinction of mankind, they will reset time back to that checkpoint beforehand, and now they remember what happened, so they can try to find a cure or whatever, you know, cure for the disease, or they can stop the terrorists, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes it takes them several tries, so they have to like keep on going back, and they might like relive a single year like a bunch of times just to fix whatever happened. But the story is about this guy who like stumbles upon it. So apparently, you know, people don't remember that this stuff happened unless they are given a specific kind of treatment to make them remember. But this guy remembers naturally, and so they bring him into the agency, and you think it's just going to be kind of like a problem of the week kind of thing at first, which is what I expected. But actually, it's not. It's more about knowing that you can reset things, and yet it requires something like really bad to happen to do it. Like, he doesn't, you know, this guy doesn't have the power to do this. He has something like really bad has to happen, and then the agency has to decide, okay, this is bad enough that we need to reset and try to stop this. And it's not every disaster that they do it for. It's mostly like big, like huge humanity like changing disasters. And so it's almost like you know, the world could reset, but you don't know if it actually is, so you can't just like live, you know, knowing that and nothing that you do will matter. It's more like living that, you know, that nothing you do, maybe it might matter, maybe it won't matter, because you don't know if something bad's going to happen that's going to warrant them resetting time. And as the case is, something bad happens to this guy, something really bad, and he really wants to change that. He wants that to not happen. And so he has to figure out how to make the agency reset time. Anyway, it was pretty good. You know, not the best show I've ever seen, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was better than I expected, certainly.
Yeah, sounds weird.
Like, well, you know,
Sounds
like I
a
said,
fairly
yeah.
kind of a typical time travel.
Yeah.
Well, what I was expecting was like an adventure of the week, like you remember the old show 7 Days, where like something bad happens and then and it's basically the same thing except on a different time scale. Something bad happens and they send this guy 7 days in the past to stop it. But that was like a very like adventure of the week, right? But like and so that's what I was expecting. I was expecting kind of a cheap, kind of cheesy BBC adventure of the week kind of show. And it's not really, but like I said, it's not really what happened.
Where are we making AI limiters?
We're not. You two can just make them. They're easy enough to just make.
What do they make? Or what do I need?
Just look in the recipes. It's there. I think it's copper sheets and quick wire or something like that. Whose big structure is this out in the desert?
Take a guess.
I mean, I assumed it was Kyle's. I don't see him around here.
I am working nearby here.
I wanna continue on somewhere, and I can't. Like, I'm just gonna jump. Whee! Good.
How do you check? Never mind. No, I know my answer.
Okay.
trying to solve my overflow plastic problem.
Well, I mean, just make a awesome sink and send it there if you're
Well, I
really
have an
having
awesome
problems.
sink.
Let's make another one. I mean, honestly, I had 6 going at one point to empty out some boxes.
I already have an awesome sink. I just need to make the plastic go there instead of the fuel line.
You son of a bitch. Oh, this only can fire once. Oh, I thought it was multiple times.
Nope, you have to fire and reload it.
Jesus.
What did you think? You had rebar clips or something?
I thought maybe.
You think they would actually give us a weapon?
I think there actually is a weapon on here. It's in here somewhere. I think we just haven't unlocked it yet. I think there's like a machine gun for the rebar stuff, I think.
There's a rifle, but honestly, I've just been using the Xenobasher.
Yeah, I've been using. I mean, this is the first time I've used this.
Sucks.
I
Such a
kind of
pain to
agree.
use. Every time you reload, like, you have a chance of bringing up the wheel, so you could be stuck with the wheel when you're like fighting.
I'm out here grabbing up these power slugs.
What do you have this conveyor for?
What conveyor?
This conveyor you put here that it, like, attaches to the truck stop, but it doesn't do anything.
Is it attached to a box?
No, it is attached to the sink?
I don't remember. I think I was. Oh, because that's it's going. That's excess. In case the truck stop ever gets full up, the rest will go into that sink, so it doesn't backstop things. That's why. This needs power. You know, I could make power. It needs 50. I don't know if this could do 50. This can't do 50, can it? 30. I can make 2 of these, though.
Well, I guess I'm going to use it.
Alright, use it then. Let's...
What was that?
It's me opening a box. It's fine. Nothing's shutting down. Just opening a box. I think. Maybe you should check. Anyone next to any kind of power source, make sure it didn't like affect it. It shouldn't. I wouldn't think it would, but it's possible. Frames. I'll take a bunch of frames. Got a hard drive. Need to analyze it at home. That's fine. I can do that when I get back. I think I should have brought some of those beacons around here.
Why?
Just to mark stuff if I find anything interesting. So far I haven't found too much interesting, but you know, it's nice to be able to come back. Don't know if I can get through here. I think I have to go around. Apparently the Mario movie came out and people are liking it.
I've come across exactly like 3 people that didn't like it.
Why didn't they like it?
One person thought that it's a lot of flash and not a lot of substance for the story.
I mean, it's a kid's movie. That's kind of expected, to be honest.
Another person, I forgot what their reason was, and the third person was John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo? Complaining about it, or is in it?
He doesn't like. He's boycotting it.
Why? Just because he wasn't cast as Luigi?
Well, it's not the fact that he wasn't cast as Luigi. I think now this could be a meme or genuinely thing, but I did see it pop up enough times that I believe maybe John Leguizamo does have an issue with it. But he doesn't. There's no Latino representation.
I mean, sure, but I'm trying to
Like
think
I said,
of
it could be a meme. It could be a meme.
trying to
But
think of
the
a
point
Latino
being,
character in Mario. I feel like that's more Nintendo's fault than the movie maker's fault. Oh, what's this? I found a purple slug.
that happens.
Are these like the best kind? Is it like MMO color rules where like blue is common, yellow is gold is
I think
better,
it's
and
just
purple
that-
is best?
I think it's the amount of power nodes you can make from the slug.
Well, yeah, but I just mean is the yellow or the purple power slug the best one? Is that the one that you can make the most from?
Couldn't tell you.
Is this like the edge of the world I'm on right now? Where am I?
Yep. Definitely the edge of the world.
Who's attacking me right now? Nobody. Oh, it is the edge of the world. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was so far north. I want to go like south, I think. Oh, another slug over here. I mean, I'll watch it eventually when it streams somewhere. I'm interested enough that I would watch it eventually, like on streaming, but I'm not gonna pay like $30 to go see it on the movie theater. I don't. I feel like I just plain don't want to go to the movies anymore.
No, I don't. Well, my thing about it was even way before the world changed for the worse.
Oh, shit.
It could be just me, but I actually would have trouble breathing in movie theaters. I don't know what it was. It was really bad.
Trouble breathing.
Yeah, like I would have shortness of breath.
Weird.
Don't know
Could've
what it
had
was about.
Allergies, making your windpipe constrict.
Well, we have this problem in schools, right? So we have to have like air extraction in the rooms because of the high content of carbon in the air when
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in one room.
Isn't
So
that
to
like
be able to cope.
semi-related to preventing COVID from spreading? Is like having good airflow in a room?
I don't really know. I don't know about that, but I know the what is this, like parts per million, I suppose. If it's
Mm.
really high, you have shortness of breath and like lower cognitive function and stuff.
It's coal over here.
But I think when it's good, it's like below 400. But like in classrooms, it can go over 1,000.
It's a lot.
And the symptoms are like you start getting tired and stuff. And like your memory starts to suck.
It's me all the time.
Yeah, maybe you don't have proper oxygen
Maybe I don't.
flow. I think I fixed my plastic overflow problem. Hard to tell because now all I'm getting is fuel, so I need to go investigate what's going on. Like, where'd all the plastic go? Did I actually burn through it all?
Boop. There are definitely times I feel like I want to like open a window. I don't just mean like smells. I just mean like sometimes I just feel like it's like really stuffy and I need a little help breathing. I need to open a window. Not very often at all. It's like rare, but it happens.
As far as
Ah,
I
okay,
know,
that's what's
it's really important in like computer labs and like science labs where there's fire and stuff using power.
Well, I mean those you need like whole refrigeration systems just to keep cool a lot of the time. Like it's kind of not scary. It's ridiculous how much refrigeration like a really big server farm actually needs, how much cooling it needs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not in the school though. It's awful in the school. You can hear the server room from like a mile away.